Good evening, and thank you for joining us. And as the U.S. approaches 4 million confirmed cases of coronavirus, tonight a stunning new report from the CDC suggests the number of Americans who've actually been infected is likely twice that number and could be significantly bigger. Government scientists now say antibody tests show the total number of infections may be 13 times higher in some parts of the country. Now, that means millions of Americans may have been spreading the virus without even knowing it. Tonight, with the situation worsening nationwide, President Trump is dramatically changing his tone and strategy. After months of ignoring the severity of surge in cases across the South and West, tonight, for the first time, the president said the crisis will probably get worse before it gets better. And he called for Americans to wear masks and practice social distancing, even saying that he carries a mask and wears it sometimes. But the president's Democratic rival, Joe Biden, said today the president had quit on the country and rolled out a plan to help families pay to care for children and the elderly. And in yet another sign of just how valuable research to find a vaccine is, tonight the FBI says it is hunting for 2 hackers working for the Chinese government who tried to steal data from American and European drug companies. There's a lot of reporting to get to tonight, and our team of correspondents is standing by to cover it all. CBS's Mireya Villarreal leads us off tonight from hard-hit Texas. Good evening, Mireya.
Good evening, Nora. The total number of cases here in Texas has increased by 33% over the last 10 days. In Dallas, they have roughly 4,000 cases involving children. And down south, things are so bad that they are sending a military medical unit in to try and help the situation. At hospitals in the Rio Grande Valley, state health officials say just 37 ICU beds are available. Hidalgo County is the epicenter.
Unfortunately, our hospital rooms look like war zones.
County Judge Richard Cortes issued a shelter-at-home order late Monday, although Texas Governor Greg Abbott argues it's unenforceable.
Why did you feel it was necessary to issue this order?
Well, because my job is to take care of the public health. We brought in a lot of refrigerated trailers to act as morgues, and their capacity is 50. Well, in the last 8 days, we have an average of 22 people die per day.
And while cities like Dallas and Houston are now seeing a decrease in positive cases and hospitalizations, statewide COVID-related deaths are up 33%. Across the country, just 9 states are seeing a decline in cases or holding steady. 3 of those, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, are now asking visitors from 31 states to self-quarantine. This comes as new data from the CDC published today estimates COVID infections were as much as 13 times higher in parts of the country than actually reported. But the results found more people are still vulnerable to infection. Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook.
What was interesting about this study is that even given the fact that so many people have likely had COVID-19 without having any symptoms or without having any diagnosis officially made, still, it implies that the vast majority of Americans have still not been infected.
And while a new study found effective social distancing with masks and hand washing could stop large outbreaks, big pharma companies continue their race toward a vaccine. Executives from AstraZeneca and Pfizer predicted millions of doses could be delivered by the end of the year.
We have a line of sight and a clear critical path to be able to deliver up to 100 million doses of commercial-scale vaccine product in 2020 and up to 1.3 billion doses of our vaccine in 2021.
Meanwhile, California just passed 400,000 COVID cases, and the city of Los Angeles is bracing for the possibility of another stay-at-home order. Mireya Villarreal, CBS News, Dallas.